Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I can't believe it already, but time is flying. It's time for another market report here, and we're in the month of May. So, we're going to be talking about April's real estate numbers here, and I'm glad to see everybody back here. And for those of you who are buying or selling, we're putting this information out here so you could be both either a savvy home buyer or get the most money for when you're selling your home, get your home for top dollar, because we're going to provide you with all the information that you need of what's going on in the market so you're able to position yourself in the best spot to be able to do so. My name is Chris McMahon. I'm a local real estate agent right here in the capital region, covering everything from Albany to Lake George and the surrounding areas here. And if you've got any questions, my contact information is below. Feel free to reach out to me, or even better, you could just book an appointment with me and we can meet in virtually or in person. Either one works just fine for me. Answer all your questions. And if it's your first time to the channel, if you're watching me on YouTube, feel free to subscribe to the channel, click the bell, get notified, because I'm doing all kinds of videos, market reports, and videos on the area, all about real estate and for investors, and to keep yourself up to date on everything. So let's go through here. If you haven't been to one of my market reports here, this is kind of how we're going to do it here. I first do a quick overview of the capital region as in general, and then I break it down. I got a couple different areas, about half a dozen or so areas that I kind of talk about specifically. If I go over there and I haven't talked about an area that you would like some more information on, some more notes, again, reach out and get a hold of me. More than happy to do your own video for you, or, just talk to you and kind of get you that information so you can know what's going on in that area. But the areas I selected, I try and do it to kind of get across and get a little bit of everything here. So let's get right into it then. So we're going to start, like I said, with an overview of the capital region. And we're going to be looking at April's numbers here. Let's get ourselves over here. Bang, there they are. Right up there for us. So we got April 2023. This is a summary of the capital region. So we got our number of listings right here. Gets a little bit crazy. So I'm going to pop those two right out of there right off the bat. And we're just going to look at one, active listings, and then two, the new listings. And as we see right here, active listings is in the blue. So it's been coming down. We got a little trend. It's peaked right here, July of 2022, and then it's been kind of coming down ever since then. It came down from last month. It was 1,521. This month, we're at 1,415. So that's total listings for residential properties is what we're looking at right here. So the residential properties, all that'll be kind of the flow on that one. If you're interested in real estate, as far as investing, so that I can do a separate market report for that one. So keep an eye out for that one. That one should come out in about a week or so. But so those active listings are coming down to 1,450. But some good news from our home buyers out there is that new listings are on the rise. You can see that it's actually kind of been coming up since December. Right now, the raise, there was a little over 1,000 new listings last month. So people are starting to put it up. It's up about a little over 60 from the month before. So that is trending in a direction that for home buyers you like to see. Now, over here, let's check out this, the listing prices. So we've got this for the listing prices. It came down, but we got a big spike. Last month in the month of March, it was just about 307,000. We had a big spike right here, almost 30,000 to $337,000. So we've seen quite a big spike in that area. So let's move down here. We're talking about absorption rate. And for absorption rate, if you've watched my videos before, you know what it is. If you haven't, we're going to explain it to you what it is really quick here, because some people get confused by this one. But the absorption rate, if no new houses or product or inventory come on the market starting today, nothing came on the market, how long would it take until we sell out of everything and there's no more houses for you to buy in this area? And for the capital region right now, that number is trending downwards, but it's at almost a month and a half, so 1.43 months. So that's almost a month and a half, where the month before it was right at a month and a half. So it's dropped slightly on that one. So that's our absorption rate. And we're going to come down here, and we've got days on the market. And the days on the market peaked back here in February with 45 days, and it's dropped the last couple of months. April, it's still over a month. We're at almost 37 days, so about a month and a week, roughly. And that's where we're at with the days on the market. So that's our quick overview of what we got here for, well, let's look at sold listings. We didn't do this one yet. The sold listings right here has actually dropped slightly. So we're at 777 for the month of March, and then April it was 711. So it came down a little bit for those sold listings right there. Let's move on now. Now we're going to talk about some specific areas and see what's trending and how things are going. So a lot of times it goes along with what's going on with the capital region as a whole, and sometimes it doesn't. So let's see what we got. The first thing we're going to come in here, we're going to talk about Saratoga Springs for our first spot. So we come in here, and again, I'm going to take this out so it gets a little bit less cluttered. And look at this. We've got some upward trends here. Active listings is up to 89, which is up from 81 for the previous month. So active listings in Saratoga is going up, as well as new listings, 44 jumping to 50. So both of those numbers trending in a different direction than the region as a whole. So some more activity is coming up in Saratoga if that's an area that you're interested in. Now, the list prices. Average sales price was $654 in the month of March. April, $828. Big spike right there. That's along the lines of what we saw for the capital regions as a whole. It was a big jump right there. But Saratoga's got some activity as far as listings coming out, trending in the right directions for buyers. The price over here, and for the capital region as a whole, is trending in the right directions if you're a seller. So sellers, keep that in mind here. So absorption rate, that's jumped up as well. So we were just under 2 months. In the month of March, month of April, we're just over 2 months. So inventory rates are going a little bit longer here. And the days on the market we're seeing going up as well. We were at 39 days in March, and in April, we're at 43 days. So that's up over 40 days here. So it's growing in a different direction. So let's go ahead and take a look at a different spot right here. We're going to go north and check out Queensbury next. So Queensbury, just north of Saratoga, about 20-minute drive up, depending on where you are. Again, we're seeing this same trend right here. The active listings and the new listings are going up. So active listings was at 17. They jumped to 21. New listings was at 14, jumped to 17. So not huge numbers. Saratoga had a lot more as far as numbers are concerned. But the trend is what we're looking at, and the trend is going in that same direction. But we're seeing this right over here. Again, home sellers, if you're at all thinking, these numbers are going back up. 330, the previous one. April is 412, so that jumped up there almost to where its high was. The high was back in September last fall, where it's 450, 451 and a half was the average sales price. So it's trending back up in that direction. Let's come over here. Let's check out the sales. Sales actually dropped a little bit, just by 1. Not too bad. So it's staying roughly steady. It's been fairly steady as far as the number of sales in Queensbury since about, November? It hasn't really fluctuated that much. So there's some buyers in that area. And again, number of active listings going up. So what goes up with it? It's inventory absorption rate. So absorption rate, just under a month. It was 3/4 of a month previous month. So it's just under a month right now. So that's gone up a little bit. Our days on the market has jumped up to just over 40 and a half days there. So that's our Queensbury report. Next location, we're going to come down here. Let's check out Albany. Let's make sure we get the right month here for this one. It's going to load up some numbers for me, and here we go. We've got Albany. Look at this little thing going on right here. It's going up, coming around, coming back down, but the one thing we do want to look at here is we've got the number of active listings has kind of steadily been coming down, a little bit of a spike right back here in November. But basically, since last July, the number of listings has come down. I think it was 132. Then we're down to active listings 55 right now for the month of April. So now we got that. For new listings, though, the new listings went up to 78, and now it kind of came back down a little bit, 61. But we still got some decent listings popping out on the market there. So Albany, going good. Now, the listing prices, we're seeing a dip here in the listing prices, right? So we got 247 was the average sales price for the month of March. It dropped down to 240, so about 3,000. It dropped down a little bit in that direction for that month, for the month of April. So let's move down here. Absorption rate. What do you think it's going to be? Yeah, about 3/4 of a month. So 3 weeks roughly is the absorption rate until it would sell out of everything because of demand. Days on the market is dropping to 26 and a half days. Let's come back up here. Let's check out our solds. Our solds has come down too. So it kind of had a nice little spike right here. A lot of things going on with that. And then has dropped back down. 55 or so for that month. So that's what we got for Albany. Coming down, we're going to hit up Lake George and see what we got in Lake George. Heading back north. Let's get rid of these because it gets too crazy. Lake George has got some interesting stuff going on. It's always kind of fun to take a look at here. So right now, we've got 32 active listings. And that kind of has come down a little bit, but the last couple months it's stayed about steady with the 32 listings. New listings, again, about the same. So the last 3 months, it looks like it's been fairly steady in Lake George as far as the number of new listings matching with the active listings and stuff like that. I'm checking out the solds right here. There's a little bit of a spike. Okay, some people are starting to look at that area. You know what? It's a nice vacation spot. Maybe we got some people who are starting to think, let's buy a vacation home in Lake George and for the year and come in, because we had 3 for the previous month and it jumped up to 7. And look at what we got right here. Average sales price for the month of March was $504,000. One of those camps on the lake probably sold to $1.25 million. That's a lot for the average sales price. But when it gets that high, you got only 7 to go from that. One property can really kind of skew that a little bit, or maybe 1 or 2 can kind of drag that up. Inflation were not really a good representation of maybe the average house. But anyway, vacation house in that area looks like might be a good thing. If you're looking to sell, you might be able to cash in on that place if maybe the kids are older and you're not using it anymore. But here we go. The absorption rate we got, this is kind of coming to about 4.5 months. So quite a bit higher than the other places we've been looking at, right? 4.5 months of inventory, and they've only got 32. They've only got 32 active listings in Lake George right now. But that's the way it is. So days on the market, we're at about 35. That's a slight increase. A little bit, about almost 10 days, actually. Almost 10 days it jumped up there for days on the market. Moving on, next favorite location. We're going to talk here about South Glens Falls. Let's bring this up here and see what we got here. Bringing it up. Again, let's remove some of these things. Ooh, look at this. We're seeing this upward trend right now. Again, so there's a couple areas where we've seen that. Saratoga, Queensbury, and now South Glens Falls. Active listings 10, it's up to 12. So again, these numbers aren't huge. South Glens Falls is a smaller area, but not going to see as many listings as Saratoga. Saratoga's a little bit of a bigger area. But we're still seeing that activity. New listings 7, new listings 10. So that is trending upwards as the weather gets warmer here. And here's something we haven't seen. Is it coming down? Look at this. Okay, so $271,000 was the average sales price. Back in March, it dropped quite a bit. Almost $70,000 to $203,000 for the average sales price in South Glens Falls right there. Absorption rate is going up. We're at about almost 1.4 months for the absorption rate. And days on the market is dropping down. It was at 75, coming down to 33. So a big drop on that from 1 month to month. So we'll definitely look like we've got some buyers coming into this area, but let's check that out with the sold listings. About the same. Look at that. Exactly the same. It's been 5 sold listings for the month before that. So, but again, that active listing is going up right there. Sales prices are dropping, average sales price in that area. So for affordable homes, that's a good spot that you may want to try and take a look at right there. Moving on to our next spot, we're going to go to Glens Falls, right next door. Let's get that April in there. Okay, trending downward. Both of these active listings 7, new listings 11, still higher than the active listings. So I like to see that the new listings, it trended down. It was 19 the month before, but I still like to see it's higher than the active listings. So it's going to bring stuff up here. So list price, we're up to 209. So this is trending up, but not quite as steep as some of the other places that we've seen. So it is trending up, but not as high. So home buyers, this may be something for, get more bang for your buck in the Glens Falls, South Glens Falls areas. Both of those might be able to get some more bang for your buck in those spots right there. Absorption rate, again, a drop to about half a month. Wow. That came down from a little over a month. So that was a significant drop. And days on the market is 35 days, almost 36 days, which has come down from 46. So a drop in the days on the market as well. We're going to come down here. And the last place we're going to check out, one of my favorite places to take a look at, is Clifton Park. It's nestled right in the middle of everything in a lot of ways. So let's go in here and take a look at what we got here. Fairly even, not much change from month to month here. So what do we got here? Active listings, 35. It was 36, so that hasn't changed a whole heck of a lot, has it? New listings, 30, 31, went up 1. Again, still not much of a change, but we do see this new listing trend over the few months here, starting in December, that's kind of swung up, so it stayed a little bit less than it was. Number of total listings or active listings has come down a little bit, but we're staying pretty consistent here in the last 2 months at least. List price, $391. It was back in March. April, it went to $415. So pretty decent jump of about $25,000 right there. So that's a good thing for sellers, as that's moving up. And absorption rate staying about the same. 3 months in a row. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. It's been exactly 0.94. 1, 2, 3. 3 months in a row has not changed at all. Days on the market, 21. Dropped down from 26 there, just under 26. For our recap there of Clifton Park. So those are what we're seeing. That's our recap. So that's going over again. This is residential properties that we're talking about. If you're interested in investment properties, that type of thing, 2 to 4 units for closures, things like that, I'm going to be doing another market report here in about a week. We'll do the investors market report that'll be coming up. So keep an eye out on that. Subscribe to the channel. And again, if you got questions or anything like that, you want to reach out, get a hold of me. My information is going to be below. Also, there's a link where you can schedule an appointment with me. I can go over these things, kind of talk to you about, the area you're interested in. If I haven't covered that area, and I can do your own personal video for you, that kind of thing. But reach out and schedule an appointment with me below for that one as well. Again, any questions? Feel free to get a hold of me. Love talking shop here with the real estate market, and I hope everything's going great for you guys. My buyers and sellers out there, good luck with everything. Get a hold of me if you need me. I will see you guys next month for next month report, but look out for my next video. It should be coming out here in about a week or so. We're going to be doing the investment report, and we're doing videos weekly as well, so keep an eye out for those videos as they're coming in. See you guys on the next one.